Hey, what's up all? Wyatt Hertz back, a little more Homefront action from the OnLive game service. Now this time we're playing Lowlands. It's Team Deathmatch, it's Battle Commander, and I do have the Scar out, ACOG scope, straight from the hip, tactical reload and quick draw. So you can see it's still that older kit that I had thrown together for the Scar. Not the newer revised one. If you've been following the videos, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. This is an older video. It's probably about at least a month old. I've dusted it off. And, you know, what happens when I record is I'll usually record a couple times a week, try and get some footage, and what ends up happening is sometimes, if it's a good recording session and I do well enough and I get some good footage, often I'll have more videos than I can actually release in a week. And so what happens is when I go through them, I kind of pick out, don't you do it, Ash. Look at him, he's thinking about it. Don't you drop that teabag, sir. So what happens is when I go through them, I end up, you know, taking what I want to have up on the channel. It goes kind of into one category. Then there's the crap that just gets burned, pissed on and burned, and sent straight to the recycle bin and never to be heard from again. That stuff goes, it gets trashed. And then there's the stuff kind of in between that, you know, maybe I didn't want to throw up during that week, but it still stays on the hard drive. So now I have at least a dozen of these bloody videos that I need to start getting to. I either have to delete them or actually put them to use. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pepper them into the channel, you know, on a weekly basis. Every now and then I'll get one of these out. So, and this one was one of the very first videos of me using the helicopter on Ace. I had, and it's the Apache. Actually, it's the Chimera in this round because we're KPA. But I threw it on Ace because I wanted to fly with the Apache, kind of get a good feel for it, and I had some success with it in those early rounds. So I thought, well, I'll just make the full transition. You know, that's kind of what prompted me to put the Scout on Ace as well, and abandon the rookie settings. You know, so a decent round for me is kind of what I'm getting at here. It just never made it up that first time a few weeks ago. Now, looking at the team, we are stacked pretty heavily back here on this side of the backstretch, obviously, and often when that happens, the other team is stacked pretty heavy kind of in the swamp area, so I'm kind of trying to push up on the backside, but I do hear the tank rolling in, see the name, the marker for it, CJ Maximus, who is definitely a skilled player, and you know, certainly a threat in his own right. Moving up, I'm just kind of peeking around the corner. You will see he does have some infantrymen with him, in Chris Hans there. So using this little tanker, step out on him, and then coming around the corner right there, who was that? Jorgito. So I have to deal with him first, and just as I'm doing that, CJ's tank does get RPG'd, finished off, it's scrapped. He's forced to go prone right there on the ground, and I step out and finish him off as well. Now, coming up here, you will hear the shots ringing off from the LAV. It is an enemy LAV down the road, so that kind of stops me in my tracks. I'm not stepping down that road. I used the camper there for cover, and then swung around here. And you can see there's CJ prone with his LMG. I do believe he's using an LMG. Waiting for me, kind of looking for a revenge kill, waiting for me to kind of come out of that area. With a nice little peek up over that barricade, and some quick thinking, some good shooting. I did manage to finish him off. So, you know, I can't complain about that. CJ is a great player. And any kill on him is a good one. And then I did get in the back by VIP, who I was launching all those missiles at, just hopefully, kind of blindly, hoping to get a little revenge on him right away. But I did find CJ one more time, so he's sent to the next life again at my hands. But he has a really great round, you know, despite the kills that it appears I'm getting him quite a few times here. He really does post some strong numbers at the end of this round. So the Apache, or sorry, the Chimera, on Ace settings, you can see I'm going into some pretty steep dive bombs, and I was a little shaky at times, but despite all that, you know, it really was a good flight. I gauge my flights by kind of how smooth, not necessarily how many kills I get, but how smooth I fly the thing, and even with the kind of the steep dive bombs that I got stuck in a few times, and kind of these sharp corkscrew descents, I did pull out of them pretty smoothly most of the time. There were a couple fails, though, that you will see kind of unfold here as the match progresses, as the match moves on, as the video plays out. You know? Kind of working this backstretch one more time, get a kill on Jorgito, then take VIP off of the rooftop, taking a little proxy fire, and it's Chris Hans, put him down for his trouble, sir. And I wanted that Humvee, but Randy's donut hole was was coming up quickly, and I didn't want to mess with that donut, so I had to pull out of that kind of flight path. And VIP coming in for some revenge, looking to do some damage with an LAV. He does have a gunner in there. It is Chris Hans. You will see shortly. You know, VIP eventually does bail on this LAV as I make pass after pass on him. He drives the road up the road a little bit further, just where I think he felt more comfortable getting out, you know, and where he could kind of run for cover. And I'm focused on Chris Hans, still trying to target me on that secondary cannon. You know, wait for the missile lock, guys, when you're trying to target a chopper on that secondary cannon, you know. And eventually just finish him off, you know. He probably could have done some damage if he just waited for the lock. So just kind of flying around this this backside now, the opposite backside, the water tower side, coming up the road, looking to do some damage. Haven't really seen much of Ash, although he is in the round, and it is a really close round all the way through. You see 56 to 59 right now, and it will be a really close finish. Now, I saw the one guy running down the stretch here. It appears he's ducked in between the buildings, but on that nice little kind of banking, that quick little turn I made, saw Omar Osman at the other end of the building. Great little precise missile on him, finish him off. And coming in for ProScope's chopper, I just get stuck in a bad descent, just a bad call, kind of a bad line, and I had to bail. Might have saved the Chimera there, but I did take a couple shots from Rapid, and he does finish me off. So we're looking now, coming back in, looking to do some damage on the guy that kind of lured me into my death there, ProScopes. Get a little, you know, get the assist on it as well. Bogdan in the gunner seat here also got the assist, the secondary cannon. So we both pulled in some assists on that suicide by ProScopes. I think it was a suicide. I think he probably hit the rooftop there. And he's not happy. He's coming in the armor after having his scout scrapped. And I get a few missiles in early on, and then Bogdan, great job on that secondary cannon, pelting ProScope's armor with it, and finishes him off really quickly there. So ProScope definitely not happy at this point in the game, and he will be putting up some fire my way, and I will take him out a few more times. Kind of coming in on a low hover here. You can see that, you know, there's a mess of them, and Bogdan putting up some great fire. Myself, I get ProScopes again. He's, you know, again, he's feeling the pain this round. He's not happy, I'm sure. And another just low flyby on the street. And who is it again? Taking a little fire as I round the donut there. It's ProScopes down there putting some fire. He had just spawned in that little parking lot there, and a beautiful little kind of corkscrew kind of descending sharp bank there, but really smooth, a really smooth line there, and some great fire on ProScopes with the missiles. I think all of them hit the mark. We're right on the target, despite it being kind of a bit of a blind fire as well. I need one for the repairs, and there it is, Jorgito up on the rooftop. Make quick work of him, pelt him with a bunch of fire. And there's my monkey wrench. So there's Ash finally running in the tank. The score 82 to 82, tied up now. And we're both kind of the big dogs, you know. CJ's obviously on the other team as well. And but right now, squaring off, Armor against Apache. Both of us looking to secure victory for our respective teams. And I'm putting a lot of fire his way. He is in danger of having this armor scrapped. He pulls the missile defenses there. I'm sure if that barrage had connected, he would have been done for right then and there, and that would have really sealed the fate. Although we are losing here now, 85 to 89. Numbers just cranked up a bit, now 87 to 9,000. On a new pass, I make quick work at Christian. I want to get back to Ash, but it's stuck in this bad little nosedive here, and here I am forced to bail and break my legs on the way down, and that's it. Put out of commission. Ash is still rolling in the tank. However, I come in a tank of my own, and somewhere between now and the end of the game, Ash gets disconnected. He's gone, 95 to 94, and I'm wondering, I can't help but think that had he still been running in his tank, had he not been disconnected from the game, would we have pulled out victory here? So 97 to 97, 99 to 97. You know, we're racking in the kills quickly, and 10,000 to 98. So a really close game, a really great round. You know, some pretty good flying on. With the Chimera on ace settings. So 28 and 5 for me, pretty decent round. Let's run him down. And Ash, I don't know where his numbers, what his final count was, but I would imagine he probably had a pretty good game. So let's run it down. Evil Eagle 13 and 9, Chung 13 and 7, and Fat Dorky there 12 and 11. And on the other side, you know, definitely, CJ Maximus really was a big player. I don't think Ash had quite those numbers, so CJ really doing it for his team over there with a 30 and 9. And ProScopes 12 and 11. Sorry, bro. He really was the bread and butter of this game for me. Went on a nice little tear on him over a short period of time. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, leave a like, a comment. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the Sleeping Dogs stuff. And Far Cry 3 coming out soon, hopefully this weekend. So look forward to that. And until next time, guys, remember Wyatt Hertz. Later.